I think so.
Hi there, and welcome to Draw With Me. I need to say that because for some reason, for the first time in, 200 episodes, I wasn't able to play the opening thing. But I'm Danny Gregory, and I'm joined by JJ here. I'm glad you can laugh.
I mean, let's front load all of the problems so the rest of the time is smooth sailing.
I like that idea.
I think it's a known tactic.
So I'll play it later on.
Yeah.
I'll figure out some way to play it because it was
very
worth,
nice.
It was worth seeing. It was all those
Yes.
Hirschfeld drawings, and they were upside down, and it was beautiful. They weren't upside down. You drew them upside down. When they were right side up, they were miraculous. There were lots of them. It was awesome.
I think people had fun doing it.
I hope so, because it looks like they did, because there were just so many variations on it, so many beautiful things. So.
Oh, Jen, see, full moon. It's a full moon snafu.
It's always something. Full moon.
We watched and it apparently is a full pink moon. Oh my gosh, was it ever gorgeous last night coming up over our backyard?
It was really beautiful, but that doesn't help.
Well, clearly it hurt. It harm. I mean, might as well get something good out of it if it's gonna.
True.
Yeah,
it's true. Well, anyway, thank you for joining us. We're excited about Easter, about Passover, about springtime being here. It's a very nice time of year, and I hope it is nice where you are too.
I think it's going to be nice for about 3 more days here, and then the heat on Sunday goes up to like 96.
Which is still
96,
nice.
which in Phoenix is still, still considered good weather.
Yes, well, let's talk about the mail, because we've been fortunate enough for people to be sending us mail, and we wanted to show you just some of the beautiful things that people have sent us.
I was telling Danny, I actually feel a bit sheepish that we've been so shameless in talking about sending us cookies and candies, and people have done it, and
You feel bad about it, see?
I so greatly appreciate it, but I do. I feel like we've been a bit.
We look underfed. Let's be honest. We needed snacks. So hand me a couple items.
I think show this. That is
This is very cute.
Yeah, that's very cute.
So this is a little cup. Who did this come from?
Will and Mitzi.
Will and Mitzi. Watch this.
It's a Puggachino.
That is cute as heck.
That's cute as heck.
It's true.
Yes. We got a lovely book. We got a nice book.
Catherine sent this book, which I think looks really interesting. All the Color in the World, a novel by C.S. Richardson. And it says here, the story of the restorative power of art in one man's life, set against the sweep of the 20th century from Toronto in the 1920s and 30s through the killing fields of World War II to 1960s Sicily.
Yeah, we're interested in that.
Definitely. That's great. Okay, thank you so much. We're looking forward to reading that.
And we do love those things. And Mitzi's gift also included candy from Michigan.
No, that's not true. It's not from Mitzi.
No, Mitzi's gifts did also include candy, but this candy,
yes.
and the sender is present in the chat. Let me just say, Danny ate a piece of this candy yesterday, and the words out of his mouth
it was.
This is the best candy I have ever
It's true.
eaten.
C's candy is dead to me. But can you hand me the letter?
The letter, yes.
The letter had some nice things. And what happened to the candy?
The candy.
But Kate says
is in the witness protection
this is Brown
program.
and Haley almond roca, unique to Tacoma, Washington, and it is
dang good.
It is damn good, and apparently Elvis showed up in this building. And there's a plaque on the wall that attests to it. So this is their cute little, I guess this is the original store, the factory store. So that's very nice.
That is just the nicest. And Antrazine, which is always gorgeous. We get that monthly. I mean,
this is really nice.
This is just a thoughtful bunch. You guys are a thoughtful bunch.
So
and,
Kate
whether you sent us candy or cookies or books or little thoughtful pug abelias, we love you, and thank you.
So yes, well, thank you so much. Thanks for all of it. Thanks for thinking of us. So,
should we draw?
No. We still got some other business to attend to.
Oh yes.
So one thing I wanted to mention was the podcast. This is the final episode of the series that I've been doing with Jill Badonsky, and we're focusing on comparison. what is the name of the book again?
All the colors in the world. Yeah, Deborah has it right.
All the color in the world, not colors. So this episode is about comparison. I think it's something we all struggle with, which is how do you compare to other artists and how to think about that. So that is going to be our new episode. Should come out later today once we're done with this show. And then I also want to mention Winsor Newton. We're sponsored by Winsor Newton and have been for a while, but this is the first time that they're giving away synthetic sable brushes, which are gorgeous brushes. If you've ever tried a synthetic brush and said, meh, trust me, these are the only brushes that I've been using and I really love them. We did a whole episode of Q&Art Live about brushes. If you've never watched it, I would recommend it because we had actual a brush maker on it, and she explained everything about brushes, how they were made, and how to look after them and how to use them. It was fascinating. So today we are going to be giving away a set of 3 of these synthetic brushes. These are pricey items.
They're awesome.
For a free thing. I mean, they're not as pricey as a sable brush, but they're very, very nice. And we're going to be giving away 3 of them. So some lucky person is going to get them who writes to us at info@sketchbookschool.com and sends us their U.S. mailing address, and we'll be randomly picking one person. If you want to include some reasons why you're interested in this particular giveaway, that would be might help your chances of winning. You could also write to us in the post office box, but because we only have one, chances are we're going to have to pick from the people who email us. But again, I will put a link to the brush episode when this episode thing is over. So if you're watching the recording of this, I will have put a thing
called Q&Art Brushes.
Over there. Where is it?
Q&Art
Somewhere
brushes.
over there. There'll be a pop down that says click here to see it. So you can watch
brushes,
them. Yeah.
It was great.
It was pretty good. So all right, so let's, as
good.
JJ says, let's get into some drawing.
Drawing and painting, presumably.
Yes, in fact, because I will be using my brushes. And I'm going to be drawing with a few different things. So because it's Easter, because it's that time of year, it's spring, we thought, let's do a bunny.
I mean,
bunnies are nice,
come
right?
on, it's cute.
Bunnies are nice. And my desk is like covered with stuff right now because I want to do...
Did you do some trial and error?
I always do, but
You don't always.
I mean, I always make sure that I'm not going to completely humiliate myself, particularly. But what I wanted to do today was to just try a bunch of different bunnies. So, Druid, don't worry that you're late. We haven't started yet. So I'm thinking, I guess I'm going to try drawing first of all with a brush, and I think maybe watercolor. Yeah, because here's an interesting experiment I did where I drew in watercolor and I painted in ink. See how that goes. Could be interesting, right?
I mean,
could be a disaster.
Full moon, keep in mind the rays of the moon.
I thought that was supposed to be that. Wasn't that supposed to be that Mercury was in retrograde? That was the issue.
I mean,
not.
I don't know. I think that they present different issues.
I thought the moon was like about tides and
yeah, but the full moon,
menstrual cycles and things like that.
The full moon makes people act a little nutty. I think that's a known thing.
So we have bunnies, cottontails, that live in our neighborhood and in our yard. Every morning when we get up, there are bunnies there, right?
They're not as cute as this one. Ours are brown.
Yeah, they're a little rodenty, right? I mean, rabbits are rodents, but you kind of don't want to be reminded of that. You want to think of a nice bunny. You don't want to think of a rat. But I guess hamsters are rodents.
Ours seem to travel in packs, which makes them a bit less cute overall, because it feels like they might be, able to do some damage.
Is that what they're called? Is it packs? Herds? I think they're herds.
Really?
Yes, I think if I remember from...
I'll Google.
Do you remember Watership Down?
Yeah.
I think that
Maybe that's why I feel threatened by these.
Watership Down. I read that book a really long time ago. I have kind of no memory of it except it wasn't particularly cute.
A group of rabbits in the wild is most commonly called a colony. However, they can also be called a fluffle.
A fluffle.
A fluffle.
That is quite cute. Fluffle. Now, what do you call them if you're buying them to eat?
That's horrible. Dinner?
People eat rabbits. No? You know what? This is actually turning out better than I anticipated.
All right, I apologize. I'm going to sneeze.
Thank you.
Man, I have a stiff neck, so sneezing really
that's
hurts.
terrible.
Oh,
but
too much tennis.
This is the time for sneezing. Spring fever.
Yeah, I do have allergies. I mean, I'm allergic. I have seasonal allergies in every season.
Do you think you're allergic to rabbits?
I mean,
Probably.
Undoubtedly so.
Yeah. Have you ever touched a rabbit?
I think I have. I feel like your sister had a rabbit.
Oh my God, yeah, I think you're right. Whatever happened to it?
Don't know.
It's one of those things you don't ask about.
Yeah. Dinner.
Yeah. So I'm just drawing with indigo, and I'm kind of not too unhappy with it. Just measure that. So yeah. So this brush is a pointed round. It's a number 6. And it's just nice for drawing with.
You're doing a very nice rendition.
Thank you. It looks sort of Chinese in a weird way, doesn't it? These sorts of things tend to look a little Chinese because they're good at doing brush drawing.
Yeah, I mean, I think just other than the brush work, I don't know. That's an odd comment.
Yeah, it is a bit of an odd comment, but...
I wonder if we have anyone from China here. Anyone in the chat? I feel like we see many countries, but not often do we see China.
I think we're banned there.
Is YouTube not in China?
No, draw with me specifically.
I'm embarrassed that I don't actually know the answer to that.
YouTube is not banned in China. I don't think it is.
Well,
maybe it is.
I think it's possible.
No.
I think it might be.
Well. All right, so my plan was to draw in ink and then kind of tone it in watercolor, but I'm sorry, draw it in watercolor and tone it in ink. But it doesn't seem like that's what's going to happen. It seems like I'm doing the whole thing in watercolor, so. But I did want to focus on drawing as opposed to watercoloring. And
E.B. Snook, reminding all of us that it is indeed the year of the rabbit.
There you go.
There you go.
I knew there was a reason I was doing this.
Wow, that's right. Yeah, yes. How quickly we forget. I mean, can we just remark on the fact that it seems like January was one hot minute ago? Time is flying, folks. It's April. What?
It's true.
The heck?
It's true.
I feel like I've had a few conversations with people this week where
it's almost winter. It's almost winter.
Well, I actually had a conversation with Joan Martin, and she was telling me in South Africa, where she resides, it is in fact almost winter.
So Judy says she's drawn 2 pages full of cute bunnies.
Oh my goodness, Judy!
So yes, so good. So let's do some more of that. So all right, so there's my. I'm gonna leave that guy at that.
Oh, I like Judy's little birds.
Should I draw another one on this page? Because
Yes, it's always nice to have a page.
But I'm kind of afraid of ruining it.
No, don't be. Don't
I'm
be.
afraid of ruining it.
Don't be.
Okay, so.
Take your own advice. You would never say that to somebody else.
It's true, but you know what they say, do what I say, not as I do. Do as I say, not as I do.
Yeah, that is very, very cute. Very cute. I think you really captured the fluffiness without going too far.
Thank you, yeah. So now I'm going to draw with ink, not brown ink. And I think I'm not going to draw this rabbit anymore. I'm going to draw my own rabbit.
You're going to go freeform?
I'm going freeform.
No reference photo?
Yeah, to hell with it.
Oh man, people are not going to like this, Danny.
The reference photo is still up there. You can do whatever you want, but I'm going to be working from the world of my imagination. Come with me.
It's giving me kind of street art vibes. This one, maybe it's leftover from our special event with Corp, who we did very colorful Posca pen zombies with on Saturday.
It's true. I think he's still in my bloodstream.
All right, Monica's giving you a vote of confidence. She likes you're doing it from your imagination.
Yeah. I mean, we all know what rabbits look like. So, I mean, I don't know if you've ever tried drawing with a brush, but it's very freeing. Because you can move quickly, and you can, there's a looseness to it that's nice. And also you can get it's so smooth that it is.
Should we talk about what kind of paper you're using?
I'm just using plain old paper.
But is it watercolor paper?
Yeah, it's Winsor Newton watercolor paper.
Good.
But, yeah. So, and with a brush, you can draw with anything. And so you can use...
Hey, can you recap what brush you're using for this brown bunny?
I'm using a number 6 synthetic brush, synthetic sable, pointed round. So you see it's...
So is that the same brush you used for the first one?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm going to clean it. I have... I think this is it. This is another one I have. This is a pointed round 4, number 4. But yeah, so it's... Let me try another one. I'll try a really tiny one. I'm glad I did that first one because then people aren't going to say, I guess you can't really draw a rabbit when they see these ones.
Proof of concept?
Well, it's kind of like, it's, what's it called? Flexing. Kind of come out, kick a little butt, and then you relax. You do your thing.
Monica's prompting you to do a non-dominant hand.
Hold on a second. Why don't I do it upside down as well?
We already had the pre-roll fail to roll. Now we've got...
I'm just trying to relax.
Now we've got...
But I was just boasting, so maybe I do need to be punished for that.
This kind of looks more like a chipmunk.
Really?
The little one.
Yeah, well, it's very, very tiny. I'm like one of those guys who can draw on the head of on a piece of rice. You know those guys? I'm one of them. I'm going to draw continuously smaller. This is an even smaller bunny. And now, an even smaller bunny. And now, an even smaller bunny. If I had a microscope, I could keep going.
This is silly.
So try drawing one that's that small and then blow it up. See what it looks like. So yeah. Then maybe I should draw a cavalcade of increasingly smaller ones to join these two together. Anyway. But bunnies in general, I mean, you think of bunnies as being lots of them, right?
As I said,
right?
A threatening
Breeding
little
like
fluffle.
Yeah, breeding like bunnies. Multiplying like bunnies. So we should definitely do that.
Jen says that is a dust bunny. Zing!
All right. Let's move on to a different medium. How about a little gouache?
Oh, always fun. You gonna do a fun color?
Why not? Let's do. Here's a magenta.
I love it. I love it.
Look at this little bowl that I made. Yeah, I'll use that. It's kind of springular. It's kind of soiled too. Well, that's not unusual around these parts.
That looks like it came out of the dishwasher that way.
Soiled?
I mean, our dishwasher is, I think...
Let's not talk about a dishwasher right now. Nobody cares.
I mean, look, we are lucky to have a dishwasher, but it's not...
I know. And
not the top of the line.
And we need to give him a raise because he's been complaining a lot about how dirty our dishes are.
This thing might have been the top of the line in like 1990 when this kitchen was remodeled.
All right, so this is a very bright bunny.
Gorgeous pink.
It is, right? So
still no reference photo, huh?
You mean more reference photos? Nah.
Just the one and only?
Just the one. Get your own. I mean, it's interesting to look at a reference photo sort of with this because you get a general sense of the proportions and stuff, but honestly, we all know what rabbits look like. And I don't feel like drawing a lot of rabbit photos, and that's that.
Yeah, I mean,
Kind of
this is why you got your own show. You can do what you want.
Start your own damn YouTube channel. I'm joking. I just couldn't be bothered. Do you want to explain why I don't have a lot of reference photos? Because we switched up our topic at the last minute.
Oh, yeah.
JJ and I had a disagreement about what we should draw today.
I mean, I don't know if we should even bring this up.
Yeah, no, we don't have to bring it up. But and that happens. Generally, I don't listen to anybody when it comes to putting the show together. But my wife is pretty smart about some stuff.
All right, I'm gonna reveal it. I'm gonna reveal it.
You don't have to reveal it.
No, I'm gonna reveal it. So Danny spent a good deal of time pulling reference photo and practicing beavers.
Because today is National Beaver Day.
And beavers, they're miraculous creatures. They're needed. They're valued. They'd probably be really fun to draw. But I just felt like saying that over and over again. It felt suggestive. I mean,
you have a dirty mind. But anyway, let's move on. We're drawing bunnies. They're kind of like beavers, except they're not crucial to saving our environment like the beaver is. So anyway, I feel like this particular look of this rabbit is, I could have done this in high school.
Its face is giving me Twiggy vibes.
Sort of depressed looking. It's like
Twiggy when she's like,
it's a tired.
So Twiggy now, she's had her vet order her to eat less food. And so at night, if she's still begging by her bowl, we give her a little dish of frozen green beans.
That's
and
sad.
But when she sits by her bowl, that's the face that she has on.
You see, people are enthusiastic about beavers.
All right, put one in.
No, it's too late. Too late. So that paint that I just used, James, is gouache. I didn't really use it like you're supposed to use gouache. I used it more like
watercolor. You kind of...
Yeah, I watercolored with it. I violated the sanctity of gouache by treating it like watercolor, which it is. It's just it's opaque watercolor.
Yeah, but that's okay. You do you, as they say.
Unless you want to draw a beaver.
Okay.
The thing is, here's the interesting thing about the beaver: amazing skeleton, amazing skull, and it's like giant teeth. So,
I just realized we have that bunny up on the wall.
That's my jackalope? Yeah, bring that jackalope over here.
I think I'm tethered to this microphone. How do I do that? All right, apologies if I make a bunch of noise. Ow, ow. Oh, now it's stuck in my hair. Sorry, guys, I have a sore neck. Frightful.
Yeah. I'm going to switch back to me for a second. This is a jackalope, for those of you who aren't familiar with them. It's kind of soft. And it's got the beautiful horns, beautiful antlers. And yeah.
It's a mythical creature.
I didn't shoot it, though. So,
No.
thank you. Would you mind? Thank you.
Did it come from a thrift store?
It came from a mythical country.
Yeah.
Donna says that bunnies are actually important for the environment. Right. I think the problem is that bunnies are not on the verge of extinction, and beavers have just been hunted. Because beavers were, particularly for hats, that was like a big thing. It was the 19th century fur trade. And they were used, for making fedoras and whatnot.
No, and coats.
Collars of coats too, yeah. But also the beaver hats, bowlers and the like.
Deb Oswald. Ugh, there are plenty of beavers up here in Wisconsin. They are fine.
They're fine. Oh, all right. Look, it could have been worse. It could have been National Gopher Day. Then we would have had a problem.
No, we don't celebrate that. Yeah. We celebrate that with death.
Okay, so I'm going to try something else with this gouache. I'm going to try and be a bit more gouache-oriented with it.
Whoa, are you drawing upside down?
No, I'm just trying to find some
redux?
clear space on this page. So let's try and I'm going to try and do like a proper painting. Sort of like Rembrandt would have done if he painted rabbits in gouache.
Someone noted that Dürer had a famous rabbit.
Dürer did a great rabbit, yeah. I should have put together a little slideshow of rabbits through history, art history.
Maybe if you had had more time, if you hadn't spent so much time
redoing my work. Yeah, I wonder why that happened.
I gotta say, I'm loving this pink.
It's nice. It is nice. So I'm just going to let that dry, and I'll come back to it. What's the name of the artist who made those giant balloon rabbits? But they're metal.
Koons?
Koons, yes, Jeff Koons. There's another rabbit art. Bugs Bunny, of course. So I'm just going to let that dry, and then I'm going to come back to it. In the meantime, I'll just doodle some more bunnies, because it's fun.
Oh, I feel like your microphone just went into that magenta.
No.
No, on your page. I saw it scrape across it.
My microphone's up here.
The base of it scraped on the bottom of your thing. Just be careful. That's all I'm saying.
Yes, Mom.
Trying to do you a solid. Looking out for numero uno.
So now I'm just going to go back to, this is Rose Madder, and it is watercolor.
Your shirt has little embroidered flowers on it, and on the edge of the camera you can see them. Not anymore.
Really?
It just moved, yeah.
Does it also have paint on it? Oh, not yet. So it might be nice to do like a whole really dense page with rabbits.
I mean, that would reflect the way we think about rabbits.
Like there's just more and more of them as I keep drawing them. This one's going to have some teeth.
I think their teeth are a real defining feature, and
But like our cottontails, you don't really see their teeth.
Well, we try not to get that close to them. What's really funny is when Twiggy tries to chase them. As if a pug would ever catch a rabbit.
And if she did, what would she do with it?
Oh, that would be ugly. No, it wouldn't. Firstly, it just wouldn't happen unless the thing had been like roofied or something.
That's terrible.
She does catch their leavings. They're delicious little snacks, little truffles. They leave all over our yard.
Yeah, it is.
Thankfully, they're vegetarians. The vet says it's.
The vet. You asked the vet about it?
Yes, he said, "What are you going to do?"
You see, I like that. I like our vet. It's very logical. Although he does always tell her that she's fat. Twiggy, that is.
She's beefy pug.
She's solid muscle. Where is she? She's sleeping. She's left the room.
Yeah, she was wild this morning. I don't know what got into her.
So
That's very cute. Very cute.
it kind of looks like it has flies around it, unfortunately, because there's other bunnies. But
Those other bunnies kind of look like mice.
yeah, but not if you had a microscope. Then they would look like Albrecht Dürer had painted them. Al B. Dürer. Did you ever see Dürer's rhinoceros?
No, I don't believe that.
Well, in Dürer's time, the rhinoceros was like nobody had ever seen one. And there were descriptions of them. In fact, there's somewhere I saw a poster or something that was all of the different depictions of the rhinoceros through time, mainly done by artists who had just heard about them. And some of them are crazy. Crazy. My gouache is still not dry.
Probably because you're not supposed to make it so wet. Supposed to.
Hey, I'm a professional artist. Don't tell me what I'm supposed to do.
You do you.
Again. So maybe it's time to really start making cartoony ones.
People are getting Monty Python in the chat.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you remember when Jimmy Carter was attacked by a rabbit?
No.
Jimmy Carter was... I'm pretty sure this is correct. Jimmy Carter was rowing a canoe, and a rabbit came after him in the water.
Was it rabid?
I don't know.
I mean, it
and
must
he
have
beat
been.
it off with a paddle.
Was it when he was president of the United States?
Yeah, he was like on vacation at Camp David.
That poor guy.
Does anybody else remember this? Pretty sure it's true. Sure, one of you people can Google it.
What if you dreamt it?
Well, it was kind of around this time of Monty Python. That's why I associated the thing.
Yeah, but I think Monty Python has endured.
Longer than Jimmy Carter?
No, I just mean culturally. I mean, Jimmy Carter endured quite a long time. I think until just recently. Didn't he just pass away?
He did not.
I think he is close, sadly. I think I saw...
Well, he's old.
No, I think I saw maybe that he's in hospice.
He was my boss.
I know, Danny was an intern.
And he only lusted after me in his heart.
A lot of people are not going to know what that means.
Yeah, they will. We have an educated audience.
It's not that it's lack of education. It's this really long and...
There are people in this. There are people watching who are even older than I am. Right? Maybe not. Suddenly the chat went silent.
All right, people are confirming very sadly that President Carter is in hospice.
Yeah, but he didn't die.
Well, I think...
They would have told me.
It'll be a sad day. He's done some remarkable things in his life.
His boss. My boss was actually Zbigniew Brzezinski, who is dead.
Try spelling that 5 times quickly.
Zbigniewbrzezinski. Silence. People are just blown away by my spelling ability. I can spell virtually every member of the National Security Council's last name. Brzezinski's daughter is on TV now, you know.
Yeah, with Morning Joe.
She's probably more famous than he is, although
I mean, he
was a very smart man.
Yeah, that's a very well.
Don't know if you could
show.
draw a bunny though.
That bunny kind of looks like a...
You know, bunny is Harvey. Do you remember Harvey?
No, who's Harvey?
So there was that movie with Jimmy Stewart, Harvey, and I think they made a play of it. We went to see it.
No.
I went to see it. And it's about a man who's an alcoholic and he hallucinates a 6-foot rabbit named Harvey.
Oh, dear.
It's hilarious. It's a comedy.
Doesn't sound terribly funny.
It was funny. It was Jimmy Stewart. So has anybody found out about the thing I said about Carter?
No, I think we've only confirmed that he is in hospice.
Could somebody just Google Jimmy Carter rabbit? Okay, so this is gouache. Now I'm going to try. This could be a disaster, but I'm going to try doing ink on this.
Harvey was a puka?
Yes, that's right.
What does that mean?
It's like an Indian spirit or something.
Oh.
It showed up as a rabbit, kind of like the coyote.
Celtic.
Oh, is it? Yeah, Celtic. Okay.
Okay, Donna Kane. President Carter was fishing and a rabbit being chased by a hound tried to get into the boat. He splashed water on it and it swam away.
I thought he beat it off with a paddle. I think they've rewritten history because I remember it distinctly. Why didn't he save it? Damn Democrats.
Don't go there. Cue the hate mail.
All right.
We rescind that comment.
Yeah, I was in the White House that whole summer, the last summer of Jimmy Carter, alas, when the hostages had been taken. And this is looking like it's bleeding on camera, but it's not. That's weird. This magenta is so intense that it's screwing up my camera.
I noticed the camera was going in and out of focus. I didn't want to say anything.
It's this magenta.
Here's
really
what's happening. No,
color.
there's something. The camera has to decide if it wants to focus on you or on the page. So at either time, one or the other is out of focus.
There, that's in focus now. So yeah, this is drawing with ink, painting with gouache, and I had planned to paint with ink and draw with gouache. Well, I did. I painted with watercolor, drew with watercolor, painted with watercolor. Painted with
those nut
gouache,
browns
drew
were with
gouache.
ink, right? With
That's
ink.
That's ink. Yeah. Napoleon was chased into his carriage by a pack of hungry rabbits. What? A pack?
A fluffle.
A fluffle, you mean? No, maybe it was in French.
Ooh, chocolate bunny.
Oh, yeah.
Gosh, I used to like getting an Easter basket. You know I am obsessed with sweets, and so is my mother. And so the Easter basket was a big, big reveal in our house. That was full on. That was candy mainline delivery system.
Shall I tell the story about my friend and her mother who bought her the chocolate rabbit?
I don't think so. I don't know the story.
So
If you're not sure if you should tell it, don't tell it. There might be children present.
No, it's not obscene.
Okay.
It was just sort of mildly disturbing. This friend of ours, who was Caucasian, but who was dating a man who was African American and had been for a while. But she thought that her mother, who's, I guess, elderly and maybe, I don't know, but would be disturbed by this fact. And so she kept it from her. She lived in a different city than her mother. She never told her about the fact she told her about the fact that she had a boyfriend, but
didn't mention
that he was black.
Interracial. Yeah. Okay.
So then one Easter, her mother sent her an Easter basket with 2 bunnies in it, a brown chocolate bunny and a white chocolate bunny. And so my friend was like, this is my mother's way of telling me that she knows that, my boyfriend is black and that it's okay, that she thinks it's sweet. So she called up her mother in tears, like, oh, Mom, and just like poured her heart out, and her mother was like horrified. Her mother hadn't known, and apparently and it caused a big problem because of her bigotry.
That is an absolutely horrible story. I know. Bigotry.
Bigotry is always horrible, but
when can it disappear?
Yeah.
Ugh, people.
All right. So there's
people. Why should it be? You and I should get along so awfully.
You know, we actually had a bunny working for us. Lapin.
Oh, yes.
Lapin is a great artist, and he worked for Sketchbook. Well, he didn't work. He taught at Sketchbook school.
Yeah, we were lucky to have him.
Yeah. Lapin.
He's come to our house and done...
Which, of course, is French for rabbit.
He's come to our house and done amazing, like, off-the-cuff portraits of dinner parties, and he'll just capture everyone sitting at the table.
We made a film about it.
It was true. We did. No, that was his own dinner party in Barcelona. Oh gosh, it was the fantasy of all fantasies. Like, to be at that dinner party. The food looked wonderful. Everyone was drawing. There was wine, abundant wine.
It's in our.
It was a little light on dessert, if I remember correctly.
It's in our urban sketching class. If you'd like to watch it, if you haven't already. You know what I realized is I didn't make my rabbits really have big feet.
You kind of haven't done the floofy tail either.
It's true. Cottontail.
Those feet are, they look like skis.
Yeah, this is a rabbit wearing snowshoes. All my rabbits look a little sinister, right? Except for the realistic one.
They look grumpy. They look grumpy. Yeah, the realistic, the one you did very first using a reference photo, I might point out.
Looks cute.
Looks sweet. The rest look like a grumpy pug.
Yeah, so bunnies in reality are sweet, but I made them grumpy. What does that tell you? It tells you that...
The one with the buck teeth doesn't look grumpy.
He looks sort of deranged.
I mean, I honestly think
like
you've made Twiggy's face on most of these.
Yeah, he has flies around him.
I think it's the big round eyes. You know, that's a Twiggy thing, and I think these
let's quickly do
bunnies
Twiggy
maybe need to have like a more almond shape eye.
Can we quickly do Twiggy? Twiggy with rabbit ears, big pug eyes, pug.
Hey, would you like a reference? The Pugacino cup?
I'm okay.
Okay.
I got her. That one actually turned out smiling. Strange, though. But she doesn't have a fluffy tail, but she has a curly tail, so it's sort of related.
It's a spinal deformity.
Please.
It's a Cinnabon.
As a pug as a bunny.
It's a Cinnabon. It's her tail.
Yeah, I'm just going to make this a little darker. Yeah, that's cute. I think I'm done. I mean, we've made... How many have I made now?
Well, if you count the dust bunnies.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. And there's a whole bunch of little mini ones. A couple dozen bunnies. That's the problem with bunnies. You start with one.
And it turns into 20.
They turn into an infestation. So, yeah.
You done? You going to do any lettering?
No. It's 10-2. It's time to wrap it up. I do wish I could play that stupid thing again, though.
Stupid thing?
Let me try it one more time. Hello? No, sorry, I've wasted enough of your time with that. But I will fix it, and we will show it next week. So maybe next week we'll have like a double. We'll have...
Double feature.
We'll have Hirschfeld and bunnies. So... Yeah, is there anything else that I've missed that people have been talking about?
Monty Python.
So Jen Cahill is asking, what is that brush? This brush, and it could be yours. This could be yours. This, hello, pay attention. This could be yours. It is a Winsor Newton synthetic sable brush. This particular one is a pointed round. It's a number 4. Earlier I was using a pointed 6. But I also have a variety of different things, including this.
I'm sure Winsor Newton will be so delighted that you did that.
Yes, it's very nice. You can use it for makeup.
Soft?
Oh my gosh. It's sable, synthetic. Better than killing animals.
Yeah, it is better than killing animals.
Yeah. But it's kind of miraculous. Like it's basic. I mean, I have a sable number 6, a real Kolinsky sable.
Did you buy it or did you get it?
I've had it for years, but I like these synthetics. I'm fine with it. I use it all the time.
You heard it here first. Synthetics are better.
I wouldn't go that far, but I would say they're fine. They're fine. They're good enough for me. You know? Who am I?
Other people are validating the fact that you had to put that brush on your face.
What, that was bad?
No, that's a thing people do.
Yeah, that's what you do when you're buying one. You test it out, see. Yes, thank you.
I'm glad we found a group of like-minded weirdos.
I mean, how many programs can you watch on YouTube that focus on Actually, no, I was going to say, that's very rare to see somebody on the internet using a brush on their face, but actually, there's like a whole genre of makeup videos that's all they do.
Maybe we could get a whole new cohort of viewership if you tag it, brush on the face.
Evelyn's noticed that I look tan. No, it's just high blood pressure. So, and I have been in the garden a bit, but it's not really tanning season yet.
It's just that he's sitting next to me. I can make anyone look tan by comparison because it's my superpower.
Yeah, we are different. Well, anyway, thank you for putting up with our occasionally off-color sense of humor. We apologize if we've offended you.
Please.
I can only imagine how many people have just said, "What is wrong?" There's one thumbs down.
We got a thumbs down. We made someone mad.
I've literally never made a video where there wasn't one thumbs down. So I think that there's that one person.
Maybe it was a bigot.
It could be. It could be.
Long live bigotry.
What do you mean? What's wrong with bigotry? Oh, now bigotry's a problem? Oh, great.
It might have been that or the jackalope. Anyway. We didn't kill it. We didn't do it. All right.
Well, anyway, we've shown you dead animals. We've talked about questionable subjects. Welcome to another episode of Draw With Me.
We didn't show you drawing.
Problems. It's the whole thing.
The package.
Whole bundle. This is a classic episode.
The classics, yes.
All right, guys. Thanks very much.
Week.
We'll see you next week. And in the meantime, let me just move to this. In the meantime, we would love to see your bunnies. So please post them on YouTube or on... Sorry, don't post them on YouTube.
Don't post them on YouTube.
I'm turning you down. Don't post them on YouTube. Post them on Facebook. Post them on Instagram. Print them out on newsprint and post them on walls in your neighborhood. But if you do, hashtag SBS Draw With Me will help us to find them so we can gather together all the masterpieces that you guys have made of bunnies. And we'll gather them up, and hopefully next week we'll be able to show them again, pending a deep investigation into what happened today.
Well, there won't be a full moon next week.
Correct. If you would like to have one of these to paint your face with, or to paint bunnies with, or anything else, the Winsor Newton, we will be giving out 3 of them, or a set of 3. So if you'd like them, write to us at info@sketchbookskool.com. Send us your U.S. mailing address, and hopefully you'll get one. Listen to the Art for All podcast. The episode should be coming out today. And if you'd like to subscribe to my essays, I write one every Friday, and I'll send it to you free. And what else? Subscribe to this channel so that you will know when we're back, which we will be next Thursday. So thanks again, And it's been a pleasure. JJ, thank you for your support.
Hey, thanks for having me. I love being on the show.
You bet. And as Robert Crumb says, give a like. That's classic Crumb.
That is
classic. Goodbye.